Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of being overly excited about the thing I'm going to talk about next, which usually I don't know what it is until it comes up in my head. So, oh yeah, the world. It's always nice. The world, well, it's in a not so nice state now, but really, your politics and the history behind that kind of did that for you. Because, if you know the pattern of the universe, that everything, like this finger up your rectum, comes full circle. And when you know that everything comes full circle, you would pretty much recognize that really it was always going to come down to this. Your politics and your history. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, you've built your ground on taking liberty, freedom, and the power away from others. And you want to preach freedom, liberty, and power of choice for all? Who you fooling? So, when people in America, France, other places of Europe, and Australia are complaining about having their freedoms taken away, well, tell that to the American Indian, the African, and the Aborigine. And they will all say, well, what goes around comes around, motherfuckers. Because you have the audacity to do that while your entire empire is built on taking freedom away from others. And y'all think that somehow the way y'all starting to work the world in 2019, that this wasn't somehow gonna come back to you like a finger up the rectum hole, full circle? All right? I just gave 3 fingers. All right? Are you gonna get your own head out of the way so I can ungently put these 3 fingers right up in there? Yes, I for ras clap, bomba clap it off. Fuck them idiot. Fuck them idiots. Yes, I went Jamaican on there. Okay, we have to do that too. Something right now, bomba clap it off. Fuck that. The only one, apparently, but hold on. Apparently the only fucknuts who doesn't seem to go, and forget that African chick on YouTube. I don't know why she's still on my mind, but I feel I have to mention her again because she's a valid point, alright? An African woman in America is going to accuse those 3 people of victim blaming. And I will firmly have to disagree with my big brother Akon on this, because I love him and I love his music and he's very influential and I love what he's doing in Africa and all that. But having said that, if we don't learn from history, alright, as we are now, history is going to repeat itself. 3 fingers, 1 rectum. Alright? 3 examples, 1 universe. How does this have anything to do with, ooh, believe me, boy? It has more to do with COVID than you might know or care to think. Because the biggest sinners often or not absolve themselves from sin. You think because you shut yourself off from the universe and the world through drinking coffee and going to confession once or twice a week that absolves you from your karmic debt? You stupid motherfucker. Oh, Jesus, let me kill this motherfucker. I swear, I have never met the more dumber Homo sapiens, no disrespect to the gay people, dumber Homo sapiens than the one that we've got in this current generation right here. Because at least, all right, in Liverpool, they've owned up to their trade and actually have a slavery museum, all right, which I still haven't seen, but I will want to. They've at least owned up to it. And y'all motherfuckers, even in the Netherlands, that's why, like, y'all pretend, but what, I'm gonna tell you, let me get to the point. Even in the Netherlands, they pretending like that shit never happened. And a major shift, not just these shifts, but grand major turnarounds. You see the number 69? What happens? All right? Everything comes full circle. And subconsciously, they've been pushing the anti-white narrative on my YouTube channel for that exact same reason. Oh my God, he's exposing racism publicly. Yeah, so you motherfuckers can't do it in secret anymore. Oh yeah. I went there. I'll go other places too if you like, with these 3 fingers. Alright? No Vaseline, motherfucker. None. You'll get none of these for free. Alright? Time to pay your karmic debt. Time to pay that karmic debt. No gloves, motherfucker. No gloves. Just hands from above and given to you with love. Oh. Boy, we're sure entering dark times. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Well, actually, I can. But back to the point. How does this have anything to do with... Well, how do you think it got started? All right? You think a lab leak did this? Because most of you have been made unaware. All right? Y'all have been conditioned, manipulated, indoctrinated to be made unaware of the warnings of set planeta que estamos viviendo en él. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, ever since October 2019, I felt that change. There is no way, Jose, ¿dónde está? All right, no way that you could live the life you live, the way you have lived it, the way you have always lived it, at the cost of everyone else. And I'm talking about the other 3. All right? Mexico. All right? The violence that you funded. The Afghan war that you've initiated. Fuck 9/11. I know what y'all did. And living the way, harming poor Madre Tierra, creyendo que podría hacerte tanto daño y no expectando una temor de guerra, de venganza. Because just as God is a God of vengeance, Mother Earth will only take so much until, like a woman, she will be furious. Not fast and furious, but she will engage her fury quite swiftly. That I'll tell you. And seeming as we had no intention to stop at all, not one bit, well, let's just... the universe and Gala, the sun, Mother Earth, the cosmos, the aliens, every one of us operating within that scheme works in mysterious ways. Mysterious ways. Oh, that's better than cocaine. So yeah, there you have it, people. You thought there was going to be no retribution for the way we were living. Yet we have it. Y una regla. Solo una putísima regla que el universo tiene y que no se rompió. Pero gente putierra, como alguna gente that think you can just disrespect the dead and not have major consequences, puto. You've been wrong, Holmes. You've been wrong. Madre Tierra don't play that shit, Holmes. She don't play. She brought out that AK-47 of universal divine karmic justice, and BAM! Here we are, a year and a half later. Still think this was all not divinely guided. Still think thou can escape the thou. The map for our living, our inventiveness, and our ingenuity, has been laid right before us. That foundation. And if you say you don't believe, well, put on some sunscreen, because it's about to get hot for you in hell. I don't care if you don't believe. Believe in some divinely guidance, because what? And I met an Indonesian fella who says he's an atheist. Well, let me just put it this way. In the Netherlands, there's a reason why most Indonesians don't stand up to their injustices, because if the Dutch would tell them to bend over and take a little some of these fingers, the only question they would ever ask to said Dutch person is, how far or how wide do I have to spread? Perfect indoctrination. Boy, motherfuckers gonna read the Bible when this shit over with. Now, I ain't gonna quote Ezekiel. I ain't gonna quote no Samuel Jackson. But I will leave you with one little quote that the cross ain't no cross that Jesus was meant to carry that any other person could not carry. So, God doesn't give you any cross to bear that you are unable to carry. So, having said that, are we all going to take accountability and or responsibility for our wrongdoings here? Or do we think we can just continue the same bracket and hope everything remains the same? Because I can tell you for a fact that the great reset you're pushing is going to lead to said apocalypse. And looky here, peeps. Jesus ain't going to do shit. All right? Jesus was only ever meant to carry the message. And just like all the messengers he sent afterwards, what did you do? You crucified him. Like you crucify every other person on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram that does not agree with the doctrine of the time. Because I'll tell you this, motherfucker. If y'all can't handle the truth, y'all either do one of three things. You either bury it, carry it without ever saying it, or you kill it. You can't kill the truth, oh dear. The truth is here to stay. And I would say namaste and have a nice day, but I'll tell you this one. Y'all carry around the same bullshit and not expect the vengeance to fall swiftly and surely. You will not live to see 2022. No, you won't. I have predicted. Don't ask me how. I was born with gifts. Spiritual gifts. Psychic gifts. And everything from 2019, October 2019, up to now, while I was walking in Brussels, sleeping a family of 4 on the street, having a mother tell her kids to beg at a McDonald's. This is Brussels, people. This ain't Saudi Arabia. This ain't South America. This ain't Africa. This is Europe, homie. Where a mother had to tell her kids at 5 o'clock in the morning to beg at a McDonald's for change. And you refuse to acknowledge the problem because it hasn't arrived at your doorstep, well, everybody gets a turn. And people are going to get fed up to the point where they'll start entering your house. Take from you what historically you have taken from others up to this point. And if you refuse to see the problem, it's going to come knocking at your door. If it hasn't already. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in serious shit. All of us. Except the ones who have lived by the rules that were given to us by the universe. Everything we have, everything we are, comes from the Great Mother, the life giver. The sun, the moon, the stars. Everything we are and everything around us is a gift. And we have treated it horribly. You think retribution will not come swiftly? You think just because they don't talk like you or me that they're void of life? We are representations of what's happening around us. And no matter how strong your foundation, you will be affected by it. So, learn the lesson, people. Because if not, the lesson will come to you. Believe me, we can't outrun justice. We can't outrun that which we have to face. And we have to face it. And we can face it together. No violence, no harsh words needed. But if people feel so triggered that they have to defend the old because they can't let go, hell, I'll do whatever it takes. That means you want to do whatever. As long as you keep your hands to yourself. All right? Type away. Scream it away. Do what you got to do. But you're not going to out-talk this. You're not going to outlast this. Time to face it, people. I've had to. Many of us had to. And many of us are going to. So, as always, you're one Snorlax away from having a relaxing day. So, enjoy your day. I will. And as always, people, much love and light to those who aren't afraid to give up the fight. I was going to put a Jesse and James thing out there, but I'm going to leave you all with that for now. Deuces.